Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, Nettie Boo Boo, Boston. What's up, Mama? And anybody else that's in the chat, I don't know. I only see the two of y'all in here. Purple was in here. What's up, Purple? Wifey. What's up? What's up, ladies? Good afternoon. Angie, I'm sorry you were hanging in here by yourself, girl. Oh, man. That must have been from last night. I apologize about that, guys. A lot went on yesterday. So, service was interrupted. A lot went on yesterday. Angie Walker did the marathon of all marathons. Lord, that was some crazy shit. But it needed to happen. You know, I tried to do that at the beginning of the new year. And, it went left, totally left. It didn't go right. But I'm glad she was able to do it, man. You know, somebody's got to accomplish this shit in the streets. You know what I mean? So, hello. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. How is everybody doing today after all that madness? Are we all good today? Do we feel like our spirits is running free and we good and we happy people today? What's up, Fantasia? Hey, Elgood. What's up, Wings? What's up, Mama? What's up, ladies? Well, and to all of those in the bushes, hello, everyone.
You guys just respawned, took 5 steps and got shot.
I'm kind of just, like I say, we don't all have to be friends. We don't have to like each other. This is true. We don't. But that was a good thing, that some people actually got to get shit off face to face, you know what I mean? And get things out. I think that was a good thing. It's like a therapy session. You know what I mean? We needed that. Because at the end of the day, I think we all do have some type of mutual respect for each other in some way. And then some of us are just like, fuck that. I hate him or her, It is what it is. I just want everybody to get along so we can all just have an open dialogue, talk to each other, ask questions, be informative for one another, chill out if we want to chill out with each other. You know what I mean? Like, this is a community. So this was all done for the sake of the community. Yeah, that third eye, bitch, I don't know. I don't know who you are, third eye. If you sitting in the bushes watching me, I don't have no problems with you. I gather you didn't have a problem with me. But you had an issue with my sister Blade, and I don't know what that was about. You had an issue with PG, and that was like, and everybody that had an issue with PG about her being messy, y'all gotta stop. Listen, people could go wherever they want to go at the end of the day. Okay? If they want to jump in the chat and say, hey, I'm out here out of the bushes just to say, hey, or to say, you know what? I think that was funny. Or, yeah, that's right. Tell them, whatever your comment may be, it's simply that. Comments. Critiquing. Agreeing. Disagreeing. Dialogue. Feelings being expressed. I think that's what YouTube was meant for. I'm still lost as to what do people think YouTube is for. I'm really lost. Yes, happy blessed Sunday to everyone. Missy, hello, baby. Yeah, Fantasia, they were saying it was Secret Sister. I don't know who this Secret Sister lady is. But if you are watching me, thanks for subscribing. I do appreciate the subscribers. I am trying to get to 1,000 to be monetized one day. Larry's mignon. What's up, mama? Mom! Hi, baby. So, I just hope that, maybe, like I said, this can be to where we can all come together just as a community. People are going to have their beefs, whatever. Okay, but let's get over them. Say what you got to say. Get over it. Keep it pushing. That's all I say. You know, get it out. Keep it pushing. Keep it moving. Don't keep going on and on and on. We're here to work. We're here to work. If you're here for the shits and giggles and all this bullshit and drama, go to the beef sector. Go over there because that's where all that can pop off. But over here on the R. Kelly side, we're trying to investigate, give information, and then the other side is trying to, prove, that he's innocent and the reasons why and so forth and so forth. You know what I mean? Like, DJ, DJ. What do I say about DJ? Okay. Well, DJ. Get over it already. Get the fuck over it already. That's all I have to say. Like, the shit with Larry, get over it already. I understand you mad that he reached out to your baby mama and he exposed you that you was an abuser. I get it. And then you got mad because he took it another step and invited your son to his house. I get it. You feel that that's some type of disrespect for the fact that he's your arch enemy, right? All right. I get it, DJ. Trust me. I fucking get it. But let it go. Let it go. That was such a long time ago. Let it go. Let it go. Move on with your life, Okay? All right. So, and that's just what it was. Like, come on. And then CPS was called on him. You're saying you didn't do it. You don't know who did it. But we all know you do. Whether it was you or your croonies or whatever, goonies, whatever, it was done. That's the whole issue. It was done. So he exposed you for being an abuser. You decided to call CPS on him. Supposedly, he got you kicked out of your apartment, room, hotel, whatever the hell it was. And then y'all just keep going back and forth. Come on, man. Leave it alone. Let it go. Let it go. Dana and Randa. Okay. Dana and Randa. Dana, we love you. We know how you are. We know what it is. We know when you lying. We know when you telling the truth. Who gives a fuck about all that shit? We like you as a person. Point blank, period. You got a great personality. You got a good spirit. And we like you, Dana. We love you, bro. No matter what. All right. We just want you to stop with the shenanigans, too. Okay? Because we don't want to see you get hurt either. Randa, I understand you were hurt by him as well. I get it. The both of you guys were brokenhearted for the fact that you guys thought you had built a real relationship as far as a friendship goes. I get it. But the friendship's over now. If you're never going to be friends again, it is what it is. But leave it. Let it go. Let it go. That was such a long time ago. Let it go. Let it go. I from what I could see, people are deeply, deeply hurt. They're deeply hurt. And I just say, God bless everybody. So I'm going to, all right. That was my little commentary of the shenanigans that have been going on and what has transpired yesterday. Angie, you did that. You are the bomb. Jennifer, what's up, mama? Miss Lady T. What's up, baby? you know, so that's my and that lady Third Eye, Secret Sister, whoever you are, thanks for watching. Like I said, I hope you learned something, and I am a really truly good person. I'm not mean to anyone. I don't want to be mean to anybody. I'm not, you know, I'm a really good person. I really, really am. I love everyone. I'm very friendly. I'm sociable. I'm outgoing. I'm free spirited. And I just hope that everybody can learn and get information from me, because that's what I'm here for, to bring information and sunshine into people's lives. That's why my name is Diva Divine Light. Hello. All right. Now, back to business, guys. I have part 2 of the Eastern District of New York discovery. That's what we're going to go over again today. And I also want to present a video from another lawyer who will explain what happens in a federal criminal case and kind of like the steps that they take. So it's a quick little 15-minute video. You know, I am in the middle of doing some mommy duties. I'm in the middle of cooking lunch. I'm a little bit late today. But I'm going to play the video, and I hope you guys can understand what the process is afterwards. So I'm going to let that play, and I will be right back.
I just have to fucking car.
I've been representing people in federal criminal cases for over 23 years now, and I've handled hundreds of cases in federal district courts across the country. Most of the clients that come to us really, they've never been through this process before. They've never had a federal criminal charge brought against them. So I thought it might be helpful just to walk through the steps of what happens in a federal criminal case. Now, the first step in any federal criminal case is going to be the investigation. And unlike a state case where a police officer may pull someone over on the highway and investigate, search the car, find some drugs or contraband, and arrest them, in federal cases, these investigations usually take a lot of time. So you'll see more of a proactive approach by federal agents than you see in the state police law enforcement agencies who investigate state cases. The first step for a federal agent, once they become aware of a potential crime, is they're going to gather evidence. And that can be as simple as a couple of agents going up to a witness's house, knocking on the door, and wanting to ask some questions. We call that a knock and talk, and we see that in almost every federal case. Sometimes they'll go talk to people who they think may be witnesses, and as they gather information, they may eventually come to the person who they think is a target or the potential defendant in the case and want to ask that person questions. We always tell our clients and their families to remember that if you get a knock on the door like that, you don't have to talk to the agents. You have a right to ask for your lawyer and to talk with your lawyer before you agree to an interview. Remember, these agents are trained and they're there to get information. So they have a way of trying to get you to talk even if you don't want to talk. But remember that you have rights and do not have to consent to an interview and do not have to consent to a search just because agents come to your door. You're not going to convince them to go away because you're such a persuasive person. Now, there's another way, of course, that agents gather information during an investigation, and that's getting search warrants. Perhaps they have information that there are drugs in a particular house, or a business has files that may show evidence of fraud. They can go to a prosecutor who will help them prepare an affidavit that they can then take to a federal judge. The judge will review that affidavit, and if there's probable cause that a crime has been committed or there's evidence of a crime, then the judge will allow them to execute a search warrant. And they'll execute that search warrant and try to gather as much evidence as possible. We see search warrants not just in searching businesses or homes, but we also, especially these days, see a lot of search warrants for digital evidence, for computer files, for social media, any type of evidence that a person may have that may be considered private. The government will often try to get access to that evidence through the use of a search warrant. But there are other ways to conduct an investigation and to get evidence, and that includes wiretaps and surveillance. We've seen many cases, not just in the drug area, but also in public corruption, bribery investigations, in undercover transactions involving securities fraud. We see the government engage in wiretaps. And a lot like a search warrant, for the government to get a wiretap, they have to prepare an affidavit, a very detailed affidavit, and go in front of a judge who gives them permission to do it. The rules are very specific about how they conduct these wiretaps and what they do with that information. So anytime one of those is used in a case, your lawyer is going to want to review it very carefully to see if there's a way to challenge it. And surveillance is also common in almost any federal case. Agents will set up and watch somebody. They'll watch a house. They'll watch a business. Sometimes they'll take video evidence. In that case, an investigation like that will mean that the case can drag on for a very long time while they're gathering evidence. We've seen investigations that involve wiretaps and surveillance last for many months or even a year or more. Now, of course, we also see federal agents involved in undercover operations, where an agent will act in an undercover capacity. They'll pretend to be somebody that they're not to try to convince someone or to allow someone to engage in criminal conduct so that they can record it and ultimately report it and prosecute the person. We, of course, see the government use informants, controlled informants, confidential informants. Sometimes people who are just trying to work off charges in their own case will agree to help the government in exchange for some sort of benefit, either financial, they'll get money for it, or they'll try to get a lower sentence. Now, those types of witnesses can sometimes jeopardize an investigation because they have their own agenda, but nonetheless, we see the federal government use them fairly often. Finally, there are grand jury subpoenas. It's very easy for a prosecutor to go to a grand jury and get a subpoena for documents or testimony that can then be presented to the grand jury when they're trying to decide if they're going to indict someone. Now, it's important to remember about a grand jury investigation that it's a one-sided affair. It's just the prosecutor's show. The defense lawyer does not get to question those witnesses, can't review the evidence, can't make any arguments to the grand jury. So when the prosecutor wants to do something with the grand jury, they're usually given pretty free rein. And if they want to indict someone, they're going to be able to get that indictment. If you receive a grand jury subpoena, you want to make sure that you're not a target of that investigation. If you are, then of course you have certain rights, and you're not going to want to show up in front of a grand jury and start answering questions about this investigation without having a lawyer involved and making sure that it's in your best interest. Now, once the investigation is complete, then the government has to decide if they're going to charge the person. And by making that decision, it can come through a grand jury indictment, or a prosecutor can make a decision very quickly and file a criminal complaint. But either way, the first step is usually somebody getting arrested. And that arrest usually will happen by federal agents, and the person will be taken to a federal judge. The first time the person appears in front of a federal judge, we call it the initial appearance. And basically all that's going to happen at that appearance is a magistrate judge will tell the person who's been arrested what they're charged with, what rights they have, and of course make sure that they have a lawyer. If the person does not have a lawyer at that initial appearance, and that happens many times because perhaps they weren't aware that they're going to be arrested, the court will appoint a lawyer just to handle that initial appearance and then allow the person to go out and retain their own lawyer before they come back to court. And in most federal cases, at this initial appearance, the person is going to be released on bond. The government will not object to a low bond, and in federal court, we usually see what we call signature bonds, where literally the person who's arrested just signs their name, promises to show up in court and abide by certain conditions, and they're released that same day. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes the government will want to ask for a detention hearing. They will want the person to stay in custody without a bond until the case is over with. So if the government asks for a detention hearing, the magistrate judge will give both sides a few days to prepare and to come back and present witnesses or other evidence trying to show that from the government side, the person's a danger to the community, is a risk of flight, we shouldn't let him out. And from the defense side, that he has ties to the community, he's not a flight risk and not a danger to anyone if he's released. These detention hearings are incredibly important. So if the government's asking that somebody be detained without bond, the lawyer who's representing that person needs to make sure that they are very well prepared for that detention hearing to make sure the client can get out. Now, after the client is released, you're going to start preparing for trial. And that means you're going to go through the court process, you're going to be looking at the evidence, and you're going to be making decisions all along the way about how best to defend the person. The first step is reviewing the discovery material. Now, we call it discovery, and what it basically is information that the government has about the case that they give to us. There are specific rules in federal court about what they are supposed to provide. Good lawyers will ask the government for specific items of evidence, any statements that the defendant made, any evidence relating to benefits they provided other witnesses, any searches they've conducted, all types of different evidence the government has to produce to the defendant early on in the case. But you can't stop there, because even though the government is required to present evidence that's not just favorable to their case, but favorable to the defendant's case, sometimes that doesn't happen. So we found that it's very important to conduct our own defense investigation of the charges. We need to talk to the witnesses. We need to review the evidence. We need to go out and inspect the scene. We have to do the same type of work that the government did way before this case was brought to court to make sure we know everything that they know and hopefully more about the case so that we can effectively represent our client. Now, our defense investigation is not just going to involve efforts that we take, but our investigators will be talking to witnesses. We will consider experts in an appropriate case. We will do everything we need to do to counter the government's evidence. Filing motions is a critically important part of a federal case. In every case, there's going to be some type of motion that you can file to push back against the government, to try to find.
Fantasia. Hello, Angie. Hi, Ty. What's up the hell? What up? How you doing, mama love? I miss you, pretty girl. Fantasia, you already know. Sorry, I had to interrupt.
Find out more about the case, to try to identify weaknesses in their case. And even if you don't win the motion, many times you'll get a hearing so that the lawyer can cross-examine the agent, ask them specific questions under oath that they can later use at trial. Some of the motions that we consider will be motions to dismiss, filed one last month that was successful. Motions to suppress evidence. We've had many of those that were successful and have led to dismissal of charges before trial. Many times before trial, we'll file what's called motions in limine to either get the judge to allow us to bring in certain evidence or to exclude certain evidence prior to trial. Motions are critically important, and they're limited only by the imagination and creativity of the lawyer who's handling the case. Ultimately, though, once you get through reviewing all the evidence, you know the case, you've had your motions hearings, you have to decide, are you going to enter a guilty plea or are you going to trial? Now, many lawyers will tell their clients, hey, it's a federal case, you're going to lose at trial, we need to work out a deal. And unfortunately, many of those lawyers will say that before they've even done their job, before they've done their homework and reviewed the evidence and filed the motions. In our experience, you don't want to ever enter a plea if you're not truly guilty of the offense. You can win a federal criminal trial. I've won many federal criminal trials. So don't be afraid to take a case to a jury if you have not done what the government said that you did. Because many times when they actually prepare that case in front of people and ask a jury to believe their version of the facts, doesn't always happen the way that they want it to. But there are cases where you're going to want to engage in a plea discussion with the government, ultimately end up with a plea agreement. Perhaps the government has a lot of evidence. You say, look, I did it. I just want to minimize the amount of time I'm going to spend in custody. And plea agreements are fine, but make sure you're getting something in return for pleading guilty. I've seen far too many people in federal cases agree to plea agreements that really doesn't give them any benefit at all. They had no need to enter the plea agreement. You can plead guilty without having an agreement with the government. But sometimes these agreements can be very beneficial. Let's say you're charged with an offense that carries a mandatory minimum. In a plea agreement, the government can agree to dismiss that mandatory minimum. The government can agree to make certain recommendations on how the federal sentencing guidelines apply to your case. The government can agree to specific sentencing recommendations. And in some cases, we've been able to get the government to agree to a binding plea. And you know exactly what sentence you're going to get when you go in front of the judge. And that's rare, but it does happen in some cases. But you don't have to enter a plea agreement. And if you're not getting anything in return for it, don't do it, because many plea agreements, most plea agreements, also require the defendant to waive certain rights. No right to appeal, no right to make certain challenges to evidence, no right to ask for a lower sentence than the guideline. In many cases, it's better simply to not have that plea agreement and to go in there at sentencing and argue to the judge for a lower sentence. We've done that in many cases and gotten a much better result than the prosecutor wanted us to have. Going to trial can certainly be a very time-consuming, very anxious type of process. There are certainly risks to going to trial, especially if you're charged with a mandatory minimum. If you get convicted at trial and you have that mandatory minimum, there are only a few ways to get around it if the verdict is guilty. In many cases, you'll also lose some points under the sentencing guidelines if you go to trial versus entering a plea. But obviously, the benefit of going to trial is being found not guilty. And there's not anything in my experience that compares to the feeling when you can walk with your client out the front door of that federal courthouse after a jury has found your client not guilty of all charges. I've had it happen many times. And living with a criminal conviction in federal court is a very serious matter. So if the government doesn't have the evidence, you did not commit the offense, don't be afraid to go to trial. You just want to make sure that both you and your lawyer are very well prepared. So I hope this has been helpful to talk about the basic steps of a federal criminal case. Of course, if you have any other questions, or if you or someone you know is going through this process, feel free to give us a call and we'll do our best to help.
Oh! Dad, look how broken this weapon is. Shit. Yo, hot rod. What up, what up, what up? So you guys see, you guys watched that video, you understood what the process is? See how the process goes? If you got really good lawyers, you could get out. You could get out. If you got really good lawyers, they will write and put in the proper motions. They did one with Lemonine or Lemony or whatever that is. They had to motions to dismiss. They did. They did one in Lemonine, one to dismiss. So yeah, the lawyers are going by what they're supposed to do to defend him. You know, the hardest part is unfortunately that he can't read.
Oh, he's right there. He was crouching.
You know? Give me 1 second, guys.
On the side of that little fucking grass shit window. No, they just spawned me right in front of them. They're like, yo, I'll play in the garage, man. I'm not chasing.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. I was just feeding my family. You know, I made some white rice with corned beef with French fries. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I made today. And everybody's eating. What is going on in the chat? Oh, good, sad, just sad. Fantasia, all this for people. Yeah, all this for people they don't know. Mm-hmm. I agree with that one, Boston. Missy, I feel you, girl. I mean, I can hang, but these days, I don't know. I try. You're welcome, Fantasia. For real, Fantasia. You're not lying. I am too. Because Angie knows the process pretty well. So, you know, if you guys have any questions, that's our lawyer. That's our YouTube lawyer, okay? We got a YouTube lawyer, Angie Walker. I miss SpongeBob. SpongeBob, I miss you, SpongeBob. You don't understand. I really do miss Steve. I hope he's doing okay. I know he's definitely trying to stay away from this bullshit. You know, because he ain't with the shits. He's a real lawyer, too. Like, he a real lawyer. So, you know, he don't need this traction for him. Stilettos! What's up, mama? How you feeling in your heels today, girl? And you're right, Fantasia. That's why I put up that video, mamita, because you know what? I need people to understand the breakdown of the federal criminal process so they can kind of understand the steps that are being taken. Yes, he could actually walk out. If he got good lawyers, he could walk out. You heard what that lawyer said. It's all on the evidence and how you as the defendant can present your case of innocence. You know, because you got to be able to rebut that stuff because they're going to come out hard. They're going to come out hard. Like I told you, the first part of the discovery was just like mainly financial records, hotel receipts, Uber receipts, right? They even had a search warrant in there for his house, you know? You feel me? So that's what it is. They you know, they were doing their job the right way, properly. And he is getting his due process. I just still don't understand how people say he's not getting his due process and his rights are being violated. I don't get it because I don't see it. I don't. The law is working the way they're supposed to be working. So let's stop that narrative. Okay? Okay. All righty then. So, okay, guys, we went through this one. So now we are on the second one. If I'm not mistaken, let me make sure. Right, because it was at 80 something, right? Was the last number we were on? 87 items, 88, something like that. Let me double check. Let me see. Yeah, it was 84. Okay, so, and remember the first part, the first initial discovery, R. Kelly got locked up July 12th of 2019. Right? A month later, he got one portion of discovery. As I said, he received that. So Greenberg knew a little bit of what they had to go with, right? Because this happened on August 15th of 2019 is when they presented the discovery. And as I said before in the other video, that in the first part, he was complaining about getting the rest of the discovery. But They had the discovery. It says it here in this first motion that we read in part 1. They presented the discovery. It's just that Greenberg was taking so long to go and retrieve it. It's not their duty to do these things. He has to make steps too. You know, it's not just the prosecution works for you and you sit on your ass and don't do nothing. You got to, like the lawyer said, like that lawyer that I just showed, that lawyer said, what? We have to do the same exact process as the prosecutors. So if Greenberg's not doing the same steps as the prosecutors, he's lazy. He wants shit to come to him hand and foot. Nah, man, I ain't. That's like he wants R. Kelly to come to him out of jail. Listen, bro, that's not possible. Just stop being scared and go visit your man as many times as necessary. Because you know he's got a hard case to fight. You, as his lawyer, should be seeing him at least 3 times a month right now. 4 times a month right now. 5 times, because we're getting close to his trial. You should at least be seeing him 5, 6 times in the month. At least. Like I said, Greenberg is just doing all of this for clout. He don't care about R. Kelly. He don't give a fuck. I'm pretty sure he knows he's guilty. That's just like that other guy, Drew Peterson, when he was representing him. He was a whack-ass lawyer in that case. Damn shame that he had to pick Greenberg of all people. But whatever. So, all right. So we did part 1. Let me... Okay. Here's part 2. So the second part was filed on December 5th of 2019. So he got one part in August, a month after he got locked up. Then he got a second part, August, September, October, November, December. Then he got a second part 5 months later. Okay. And do you guys want me to put it on the screen, or shall I just read it off? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to share my screen, or just read it off. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to read it to share the screen. And I hope I said hello to everyone and I didn't miss anybody. If I did, my apologies. I love y'all all. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen, guys. All right. Hold on, baby. Okay, guys. Let's make this big. I got my phone with me today, so I'll be able to look into the chat and pay attention to you guys as best as I can today. All right. Now, beautiful ladies, do you guys see that nice and big on the screen? It's good for you. I think it's great for me. I just learned something I didn't know he wrote. Yes, he did. Larry. Girl, yeah, we could talk about that. I could bring out that article. We could talk about that. We could talk about that, mamita. You just, yes, girl. I will present that. We'll talk about that one day as well. Like I said, I'm getting my kids' rooms together. So sooner or later, I will be able to come out more, you guys. You will be seeing a lot more of me. Okay. Like I said, I'm not Larry, but girl, I got a lot of shit. I'm sitting on tons of shit. I don't care if it was from 80 years ago. We're going to go through it. Because I got a lot of stuff that I just want to get rid of this shit. Okay? I need to dump my computer. And by the way, if anyone out there would like to get any copies of these documents, let me know. Email me. Matter of fact, let me put my... But I don't know. Hold on. Let me put my... Let me put my banner up, guys. Okay. Okay. All right. I just put the ticker on the bottom of the screen. All right. It has my information there. It has my Cash App info. It has my email info. My email is diva.josh.32332@gmail.com. And then it has my Zelle, and it also has the call-in number, 347-631-6866. That last 6 was cut off. Why is it not in there? Let me fix that. Why is the other 6 not in there?
Alrighty. Something told me to turn around.
There we go. Save.
Yeah, that's crazy. I seen them coming and I shot them.
Okay, guys. Sorry about that. I just noticed the one number was missing. Alrighty, guys. So, boom, boom, boom. Here we go. All right, y'all. So, like I said, if you guys want any information, let me know. I'm giving it away. Okay? I'm giving paperwork away. So, if any of you bloggers would like to read any of this information, please email me. I will be more than happy to share the wealth. Okay? I got jewels. I'm sharing the wealth. All right? All right. Now let me hide this part. Okay. So as I said, this came out December 5th, 2019. Okay. Now it says that in this one, they wrote to Mr. Anton. That's when Anton stepped in and started working for the New York case. So in December, Doug Anton was officially on the scene in 2019, working for R. Kelly in the New York case. All right. Now, this letter supplements the government's previous productions by letters dated August 15th of 2019 and October 16, 2019. The government also renews its request for reciprocal discovery from the defendant. So once again, the government was asking for reciprocal discovery. They're asking for it. Like I said, I still haven't seen those documents. So I don't know. I would think Angie, you in the chat still, right, Mama? Okay, Elgood. Yeah, anybody, email me, y'all. Email me. I'll give it to you guys. Don't worry. Listen, it ain't shit. I paid for it. Don't worry about it. Angie, I love you, Mama. Talk to me. I need to understand this, babe. Now, reciprocal discovery, right? That means that they want his side of his defense, of his discovery of what he has to prove, correct? Right. Now, my second question is, Angie, are they supposed to put the paperwork in about their discovery as well, or do they like keep that a secret? How does that work? Angie, I know you didn't leave me, girl. I love you. I love SpongeBob too. You here for us now. We need you. You here for us. I was just simply saying I miss SpongeBob. That's all I was saying. I love you too, Angie. Stop playing. Girl, don't play with me. I'm going to give you pow pow. Larry! Angie. Angie, stop playing. Angie. I really know she didn't get offended by that, right? I really hope she did not. What? Angie. All right, I think maybe she needs to. Girl, come back. Where you at? Ave Maria, es que esta está loca. She's loca. She's a loca. She's a loca. That's my loca. Love you too, Fantasia. I've been checking out your little videos, by the way. Yes, I've been. Matter of fact, Fantasia, yo, put your link in this chat, okay? I want everybody to go follow Fantasia. She does great work too, man. She talks about real life shit. Hair and all types of stuff. Sisterhood, you know, styles, home stuff, something about candles she was doing with candles the other day. I was checking her out. I missed her lives. I always miss her shit. I don't know what it is. I'm not getting nobody's notifications. I'm not understanding. I still haven't been able to go back into, I keep forgetting. I got to go into my Google setting and see if something's up with that because I don't know. You're welcome. Anybody who is a content creator, please drop your links in the chat. And everyone go follow them. Seriously. You know, I'm not a hater, bro. I bless everybody. I'm blessed, you're blessed. That's how I feel. You know, I really don't hate nobody. I really don't. People just annoy me. That's all, you know? So, all right. Angie, I lost Angie, damn it. Okay, so I don't know if they're supposed to like put in, like, you see how they put this file in saying the list of items that they have. I'm wondering if he's supposed to do the same thing. And if he is, there's nothing in there, nothing in Pacer that talks about his reciprocal discovery. Nothing. So it's crazy. But let's continue, guys. All right. And in this little box here on the bottom, it says that the references herein to J. Doe number 1 refer to the individual identified as Jane Doe number 1 in the second superseding indictment. Right. So this list is referenced towards the superseding indictment. Because remember, by this time, they already had added Aaliyah's bribery charge. Okay, that's another thing, guys. I want you guys to really understand. Aaliyah is not an accuser in the case. This is not the case. They're not going after R. Kelly for him having sexual relations with her or abusing her or statutory rape or child pornography or none of those things. They're not even getting him about the marriage. What is happening is that they're using the bribery that went on between Demetrius Smith and R. Kelly and the person who worked in the government's office, DMV or wherever it was that she got the ID from. That's what's being charged, is the transaction. The transaction that went on. So when people say, oh, Aaliyah was risen from the dead because of R. Kelly's situation, leave her alone. All right. I'm going to explain it to you guys. That they're not using her personally. They're not. What the government is doing is using the bribery portion of what went down. You know, he paid to get a fake ID for a minor to marry her. That's what they're looking at. His patterns of behavior. Now, these things are called predicate acts. So anything they attach to a RICO charge, it's a predicate act. These are parts. There's like 35 different parts that you can add to make up what is called a RICO charge. That's what it's about. That's why they made a RICO. Because there's so many things that they were able to attach to make up one big case. You know, instead of doing, okay, we're going to take him for bribery and that's a case there. Oh, and we're going to take him and that's another case over there. Oh, and we're going to take him for the sex trafficking over there. And we're going to take him for this over there. No. They put it all together in one charge. Different charges on one file. Instead of charging him separately for everything. That's basically like what a RICO is throwing a bunch of shit together and putting it in a form that is able to be presentable to the judge and they can understand it and laws and, you know, all that other stuff. So, all right. So, and then it says that the references herein to Jane Doe number 4, as we know, was Azriel, right? Now remember, Azriel is not an accuser in the beginning. She was not an accuser in the beginning. She was not. It was just the Homeland Security paperwork that had her information, which was the flight records and the hotel records and all that stuff to show the trafficking between interstate from state to state. Even though he wasn't trafficking to sell her, right? Because a lot of people think that sex trafficking is just you go, you buy a bunch of girls, and then you keep them as your slaves, and then you make money off of them by them having sex with other men, right? That's what we all think sex trafficking is. Am I correct? Let me see what's going on in the chat. Hey, Tears, what's up, mama? Tasha, what's up, baby? Okay. Right, Tears says the government is showing the pattern of his behavior and his dumb fans on YouTube adding to it. For real, Tears. They have some sort of proof. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys for subscribing to Fantasia, y'all. That's love, guys. All right. So we could all get that and understand that much, right? So then it says that the references here into Jane Doe number 4 and Jane Doe number 5 also referred to the individuals identified as Jane Doe number 4 and Jane Doe number 5 in the operative indictment. So it's letting you know that the same girls that were in the first indictment before they superseded are the same girls they're going to talk about here. Now, Jane Doe number 3. These individuals were previously identified. They were previously identified as Jane Doe number 3 and Jane Doe number 4, respectively, in the prior indictments. So now they're Jane Doe number 4 and 5. They were 3 and 4 before. I don't know, because wasn't it? Okay, yeah, 3 and 4, because it was actually originally 5. I don't know. Girl, it's a lot. That's all I know. It's confusing. It is. I'm not even going to lie. It's so many girls, and some of them are thrown here and some of them are thrown there, you know, so some of them we don't know. Okay, so, all right, enough of that. Now, we are going to go with exhibit number 90. Exhibit number 90. Like I said, sex trafficking could also be, I forgot to finish out my sentence there. Sex trafficking could also be that he did it for the sexual gratification of his own gratifications. Like, he did it for himself. He didn't do it to make money. He'd rather, in other words, he was the pimp and the trick. You know, because in the sex trafficking world, you know, you got your bottom bitch, which was Azriel, right? You know, like, so I did a whole video on sex trafficking terminology, guys. Like, wow, that was an amazing live, too. I had a lot of fun with that. Remember that, Wings? You was there for that, Wings. It was a good one. If you guys get a chance, go back and watch it. You know, I recommend you watch it. I really do. Maybe I'll put it up as a preview video, like, you know, the featured videos and stuff. I'll switch it and I'll put that video up. I'll probably take down the annulments one. Okay, so now, item number 90. They have the Cook County Clerk's Office marriage records for Robert Kelly and Jane Doe number 1. So they have the marriage records. They have those records. They have them. They have them. Cook County Clerk's Office marriage records for Robert Kelly and Jane Doe number 1. It says it there, plain as day. There was a marriage. They have the records. They got it. As well as item number 91, Wayne County Clerk's Office annulment records for Robert Kelly and Jane Doe number 1. Number 92, birth certificate for Jane Doe number 1. They even have her birth certificate to prove her age. '93, Illinois Department of Human Services records. Human Services. That's like the welfare office or something like that, right? So what did she get? A welfare ID? Interesting. Department of Human Services. That's got to be a welfare office. Right, guys? You already know, Missy. All right, Fantasia. Yeah, girl, I broke down the terminology of the sex trafficking terminologies. Wow. We was having a ball with that one. That's a trip. Them terminologies and words and definitions and certain things that go on in the world. You know, if you ever hang around a bunch of guys and they start saying these certain key words, watch out. Red flag. You a whole pimp, trick, something ain't right. So, guys, Department of Human Services. Am I right? That's like a welfare office, right? It is. Oh, whoa. And then, but Demetrius Smith said something about a FedEx ID. Like she worked for FedEx. So what? Oh, maybe that could be human resources, maybe human resource services, maybe instead. Hmm? What do you guys think? I'm learning with y'all. We learning together. What do you think? We gonna put the pieces over here.
Yeah, right.
Department of Human Services record. Or maybe it could be because Demetrius said something about a FedEx ID. I remember that. Oh God, sip. Ty! What's up, baby? Tears. Yes, tears. This is I feel the same way. Yes, you were there too, Missy. Yup. I think Ty, you were there too. I think y'all was there with me. Right. Right. It was a fake ID. It was a fake ID, maybe from, because it would say DMV, right? If it was from, okay, well, now number 94 says Illinois Secretary of State driving and auto records for Robert Kelly. So they got R. Kelly's driving records. And then wings. Since you in here, I have a question, mommy. Business records certification. Is that just like records certifying that these things are to be true? Like the items, like say for instance, item 94, right? It says the Illinois Secretary of State driving auto records. And then it says 94A, which is an attachment, right, to 94. And it says business records certification for discovery, exhibit number 94, which is 94, the Illinois Secretary driving record. So that's just like a showing that that's a real thing. Am I right? It was an ID card from another agency. Okay. So it wasn't no DMV. Okay, so it's a human resources department. Human services. Okay. DV, what's up, mama? It was an ID card from another agency, any state or county records. So the one that had got it for her was Demetrius Smith. He was the one who put everything into play. R. Kelly just went with him to sign whatever he needed to sign and take her for whatever she needed to sign. But R. Kelly's the one who gave him the money. This is what I'm thinking. R. Kelly gave him the money to do it. Here's the money. How much does the guy want? $1,000 or whatever. Okay, here's the $1,000 to get the fake ID. Here's the $50, $60 to get the marriage certificate, just to pay for the certificate, right? So he was, R. Kelly's the one who had the money. It wasn't Demetrius Smith. Demetrius Smith just knew the people. Demetrius Smith just said, yo, I got you. I know somebody. Don't worry, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to get that, see if we could do it. I'll let you know how much it is. And we get it done. And he did that shit all in like a couple of days. And it was done. They got married. Now, item number 95, it says birth certificate for Jane Doe number 4. So they got Azriel's birth certificate as well, right? Which they said that in the other discovery, right? Item number 96. Photographs taken by the Chicago Police Department on or about February 11th, 2002 and June 7, 2002. So they also have his police, what do you call that shit? His mugshots. They got his mugshots from when he was arrested in 2002. Then 97 is Albany Police Department records for a concert held on August 34th of 1994. What happened in 1994 that they have the police records from Albany for a concert? Did a fight break out? Right, exactly. Both spouses need to be, yes, Wings, right. So, like I said, Demetrius Smith, he took them to wherever they needed to go to do whatever, or maybe Demetrius Smith went on his own to pay whoever, and then maybe the following day they went back all together. Like, who knows how it went down? You know what I mean? But it went down somehow. So, what happened in August 31st of 1994? Oh, and then they have the certification for this discovery from the police department in Albany. Then number 98 is the Resorts World Casino New York City records for a concert held on August 26, 2016. Okay, so I guess they're trying to link certain concerts with certain girls that were there. You know what I mean? Like we were saying, he took these girls, he made flight arrangements for them, hotel arrangements for them. So it was probably in these states, where they went to these hotels and they got the records for the concerts to prove, okay, like I said the other day, he had a concert in Florida on August 16th. He flew Azriel from Chicago to Florida that same day, as well as booked her hotel, and she stayed there for 2-3 days. You know what I mean? So this is also that they could link it all together and show the proof of the interstate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. 98, right? 99, we're on 99. Metropolitan Correctional Center, Chicago records for Robert Kelly and another inmate. Something happened there. MCC, Chicago records for Robert Kelly and another inmate. I'm wondering if this item 99 has to do with the thing that I was telling you that he got into it, that he got a fraction because he didn't want a cellmate with him in solitary confinement. He wanted to be alone. I'm wondering if it's that. Item number 100. 100. Southwest Airline records for air travel on August 16th, 2016, September 12th, 2016, November 17, 2018, and November 20th, 2018 for various individuals. They didn't name, but they have it for various individuals. And then the business records certification for that discovery. All right, I'm not going to read the subparts because it's basically just verifying that these things are true to its nature, that these are real records. 101, American Airlines records for air travel on December 22nd, 2013, March 26, 2014, April 12, 2016, April 13, 2016, October 28, 2016, and December 15, 2017, and February 5th, 2018 for various individuals. Item number 102. United Airlines records for travel on September 23rd, 2016, October 10th, 2017, and October 11th, 2017. Item number 103. Southwest Airline records for July 16, 2015 for various individuals, including Jane Doe number 5. 104, JP Morgan Chase records. 105, First Midwest Bank records. 106, JP Morgan Chase records. 107, Bank of America records for RSK Enterprise LLC and Some Brother Love LLC. Now, isn't that Some Brother Love LLC part of Don Russell? Am I right, guys? Yes, 2013 and 2016 is before as. Yep. That's why they have stuff and they're saying for various individuals. Now, I'm thinking the various individuals must be the other witnesses or people that were there with them. You know, like his security team or the entourage, you know, or his manager or the handlers. You know what I mean? Various individuals, as well as Jane Doe's. Right? Hey, let me see your transcript. What's up, mama? Hidden money. Exactly. You know, I don't know. He has all these businesses. It's just so weird. Like I said, a lot of these things could be tax write-offs. You know, a lot of these things could really be legit businesses, or it could just be businesses that were made to just funnel money, you know? But this is just my opinion, my assumption. This isn't fact. This is just my opinion. What is fact in this video is this document on the screen. That is fact. My opinion is just my opinion. I'm just reading and trying to figure it out as we go along, just like everybody else. I am not a lawyer. And that's my disclaimer. Number 108. Illinois Secretary of State records for Some Brother Love LLC. 109. Georgia Secretary of State records for RSK Enterprise LLC. 110. Delaware Secretary of State records for RSK Enterprise LLC. Okay, so Delaware and Georgia, what could that be? I gotta look up again exactly what the RSK Enterprise is again. I have it too somewhere in there. Then we have number 111, bank records provided by Jane Doe number 4. bank records provided by Jane Doe number 4. So she was subpoenaed to submit records, just like the parents, I guess, submitted their paperwork to prove whatever they needed to in the first part of the discovery. You know, that they wrote letters and stuff. Or whatever paperwork they had, text messages, pictures, pamphlets, stuff of that nature, right? 112, Florida Department of Transportation records. 113, Illinois tollway records. So that must be from him going back and forth with his tour buses and stuff like that, maybe, you know? 114, River Link records. 115, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey records. Okay, so yeah, they're going by, now they're doing the whole interstate stuff. All right, so that's all they had here. And that was the end of that. So now it's more discovery on hotel receipts, travel receipts, and more bank records. Right? Now, hold on one second. Let me mute one moment. Hold on. Okay, my apologies, guys. All right. Now, this third part to the discovery was filed March 19th of 2020. Okay, and it's not a long list. It's more. Okay. Now, in this one, it says that on or about January 9th of 2020, special agents with the New York Field Office of Homeland Security Investigations executed a search at 360 Kent Avenue, Elk Grove, Illinois, pursuant to a search warrant obtained on the same day. The government will provide a copy of the search warrant and affidavit in support of the search warrant as soon as the warrant is unsealed for the limited purpose of providing it to the defendant. Now, the government seized the items described in the search warrant inventory provided in Discovery Exhibit 141 and is providing copies of certain physical evidence that was seized in this discovery production. The government also seized numerous cellular telephones, iPads, computers, videotapes, and media, and is in the process of imaging and reviewing that material for items that are responsive to the search warrant. The government will provide counsel with the results of those searches and will make the images of the devices available to counsel. Now, this was done December 5th, right, of 2019 or 20. Wait, what was it again? I'm sorry, March 19, 20. So this was after the fact that Azriel had that fight with Joycelyn, right? They had that fight in January. February, they superseded the indictment because this time now they added Azriel. Now Azriel is officially an accuser in the Eastern District of New York racketeering charge. She is in the indictment now. Now she is officially in the indictment a year later. Right? So they did this discovery in March. And as they said, they were going to be going through everything. And when was his hearing, the last hearing he had here? When was it? It was last month, right? April? When they said that they were giving him one portion of the 100 devices that they extracted, whatever they needed pertained to the case, and that they were continuing to copying. So it took them how many months? Almost a year. It took them almost a year to go through all those devices, cellular phones, iPads, computers, videotapes, and media. I'm guessing the media would be like maybe audio recordings and stuff like that. You know, maybe. So they took all of that stuff. They finally took it apart, took the pieces that they needed. They put one part on a hard drive so that his defense team can see what they have. And that they said that from April up until his trial in August, they will be slowly giving him other parts of those 100 devices. So he's getting all his stuff. He's having a fair trial. Unfortunately, due to the COVID, the speedy process part is the only part that was messed up for him. The government's or his fault. That has to do with nature and this pandemic that we're going through, a catastrophe. You know what I mean? That's something that was out of the government's control, Plus, they've still kept this as an open investigation, so they're adding things as they go along as well. Because if we remember that in the criminal... let me get... If you guys remember that in the video, when the lawyer said that in the criminal proceeding, they have to do these things. They have to go step by step. That's just what it is. They have to go step by step. Now, okay. Now, item number 131. Empire CLS records for various individuals, including Jane Doe number 5. 132. Mandalay Bay Hotel records for Jane Doe number 5 from May 2nd, 2015 to May 5th, 2015. Item number 133. Tobin Center records related to a concert on March 7th, 2017. 134. Montrose hotel records for Jane Doe number 5 from April 29, 2015 to April 1st, 2014. Number 135. Le Parc Suite hotel records for various individuals from April 27th, 2015 to May 1st, 2015. 136. Walgreen records for Jane Doe number 5. Dun dun dun. The whole herpes situation. Ay, 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 ay. Item number 137. Metropolitan Correctional Center Chicago records for R. Kelly. 138. License plate recognition reports. 139. Text messages and phone contacts provided by Jane Doe number 5. So she gave up text messages and phone contacts to the feds. Then item number 140. Photographs and videos of Jane Doe number 6. Okay, so now in the superseding indictment, now remember in the first indictment when they first did it, it was number 4 and 5. So 4 was Azriel, 5 was Faith, right? Now in the superseding indictment, Jane Doe is number 5 is Azriel, and Jane Doe number 6 is Faith Rogers. So in the new superseding indictment, the one that happened in December, March of 20, it had Aaliyah, so that made her number 1, and then Jane Doe number 2 and 3, who we don't know. Jane Doe number 4, who I believe is Geronda, I think, and then 5 and 6 is Azriel and Faith. So item number 140. Photographs and videos of Jane Doe number 6 recovered from a device seized from Kelly's apartment in Chicago, Illinois on or about July 11, 2019. Oh, yeah. That address, the Wabash address or whatever, that was the Trump Tower address. So when they did the initial search and seizure, when they did the search warrant the first time in the first discovery, it was in his apartment in the Trump Towers. So, and it says that they were seized in his apartment in Illinois on or about July 11th of 2019. So like I said, it's when they did the first initial search warrant. They discovered these photographs and videos of Faith Rogers from a device. Now, 141. List of items seized during the search of the storage facility located at 360 Kent Avenue, Elk Grove, Illinois. The storage facility. So that's where they found the 100 devices at that storage facility. And that happened on January 9th, which was the day after his birthday, 2020. And that's when we see in Shabaz's little video that she's talking to the feds and she's telling them where the storage is. And she even told them that there might even be a video in there of her eating shit out of a cup that he made her do to prove some type of fucking sick loyalty to him. You know. So I wonder if they got that video. 142. Photographs and videos taken during the execution of the search of storage facility on or about January 9th, 2020. Oh, so they took pictures of the storage facility and videos. They went through his whole storage and took pictures and videos of everything that was inside of that storage facility. And then confiscated the 100 devices they needed to confiscate. 143. Copies of certain photographs and documents seized from the storage facility, including line items 271 to 311 and 313 to 399. And I guess this is where Larry always says that there is the preponderance of evidence of child porn. Did you see the number of the list? Did you see the numbers, guys? 271 to 311. That's how many items from 271 to 311. And then 313 to 399. Can you imagine how much pictures and documents? And I wonder if those documents had to do with the letters that these girls wrote. NDAs, money transfers, stuff like that. Wow. See, Larry don't be lying. It's just that people don't like Larry's truth. You see? You see that? We're just out here reading documents, giving information. This is what the paperwork is saying. We're not saying it. The paperwork is saying it. We're just repeating it. I don't understand why people hate. I don't get it. Or attack. For what? Because the discovery's out there and somebody's reading it, or emotions out there and somebody's reading it. Like, come on now. Let's get it together. We just need to sit and learn from one another. Item number 144. Emails provided by a witness relating to 360 Kent Avenue, Elk Grove, and other premises used by R. Kelly. Oh, whoa. Emails provided by a witness talking about the premises that he uses there at the storage facility, as well as other places that he has, I guess, storage facilities. Wow. So, all right. So that means that in this discovery where they have those copies of those certain photographs and documents, they have that whole shit in there. Like, I'm just amazed. So it says that you may examine the physical evidence discoverable under Rule 16, including original documents, by calling me to arrange a mutual convenient time. Experts, as we have previously noted, the government will comply with the Fed-R criminal procedures, the rules 16A, 1, and G, and federal R evidence 702 and 703 and 705, and notify you in a timely fashion of any expert that the government intends to call at pretrial. Then it says, at present, the government anticipates calling experts. So they do anticipate to call experts at trial to testify about the examinations and conclusions set forth in Discovery Exhibits 118 and 121, provided in the government's discovery letter dated February 6th, the government may also call one or more experts to testify about social isolation and trauma bonding. The identity qualifications and basis for the conclusions of each expert will be provided to you when they become available. Yours truly, Richard P. Donahue. Okay. And he's the United States Attorney, along with the other assistant U.S. attorneys, Maria, Nadia, and Elizabeth. So, okay, so wait. What was it that was 118 and 121? Let me see. Oh.
Mom,
Yep.
look.
Hold on.
Magnificent.
Okay, so 118 and 121, we don't see that here.
Look at this. It's magnificent.
Hold on, puppy. Okay, so this must be stuff that's sealed and we cannot see.
Oh.
And what are you doing?
Don't know.
Okay. My son is being an artist. He's trying to be an artist. All right, guys, let's see what's going on in the chat. Y'all know me. I had to read through, and now I'm back. So let's see what you guys are saying in here. I'm gonna go way up. Let's so I can answer any questions best I can, or Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a good one, Missy. Word terminology is everything when you support someone who has charges like R. Kelly. Yeah, because you really want to understand. You really do want to understand. I really want to understand what's going on in this case.
So can I play? Can I?
Sure. Then you want to play later on.
Okay, here we go. Hey, Truth Strong, what's up, baby? All right, and you said they are also looking at who benefited from the act. Yeah, all these people that R. Kelly paid to shut up, they're looking at all that stuff. They're looking at all that stuff. Okay, Missy, I love you, baby. Enjoy your birthday dinner, mama.
Oh, I want birthday dinner.
Missy's in Virginia. You want to go hang out with her over there? The police must have interviewed someone. Yeah. Where's the videos? Well, the videos are in the government's possession. Fat boy, what's up, fat boy? They have all these things. Oh, maybe the guy who jumped him. Oh, yeah. Right. Maybe that as well. Right, Wings. That could have been the other incident, the other part of the discovery. Because there was another one too. But like I said, it could have been the one where he for the celly in the first one. This one, you're right. This one could be the whole thing with that farmer guy. You're right. I think you're right. Okay, let's see. Yeah, she was traveling before she was traveling back and forth. She was seeing R. Kelly. She was seeing R. Kelly on the low, and her parents did not know at that time that she was seeing him on the low. They didn't know. Okay. What date is on that handwritten note from the Clarys? September or October, Wings. I have that note. I believe it's September or October, Wings. And it's from 2015. Yeah, everything supposedly was in Azriel's name. Had to be funneling money to me. Right, that's what I was thinking too, Nettie Boo Boo. Word that he was funneling money from bank to bank, transferring, so it doesn't look like he has a lot of money. Ay, Dios mío. That's how I see it. I don't know. IRS came for him, and I don't know. After going through all these records, the IRS is going to come back from him on some next shit. Fantasia says, bad boy, but no. Yo, Fantasia, you are not lying. Wherever you see Angie, you see Fat Boy. Now you see Fat Boy. You see Angie. You see Fat Boy. They're brother and sister. That's it. That's that love. That love, brotherly love, and sister love. Yes, DB. She did meet him at the Funk Fest in 2015, and she got his number on the low, and she started talking to him and started taking flights because she had posted on her tweet that she was going back and forth to Chicago. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, he had one for production, touring, yep, and liability and tax purposes. You're correct, DB. Yeah, he taped her abuse. I'm pretty sure she's not the only one who was taped. I'm pretty sure they have Hallie Calhoun, Dominique, Vidata, those girls. Who knows, Geronda Pace? Who knows how long, how far back his videos go? Yeah, his super. Yeah. Oh, nice, Boston. You feel like a new lady now, right? Your toes feel fresh, babe. And you're welcome, guys, for the reading. I'm here for it. Okay, Wings, I love you. Have a good day at work, Mama. Good evening, shall I say. Oh, my TV. Yeah, even the biggest super fan can't refute this stuff when it comes out in trial because the feds will have forensic experts testifying. It's not a deep fake with an entire day explaining why it's not. Yeah, yes, exactly, TB. Hey, Flawless, what's up, cutie? What's up, Nisi Mama? They. Yeah, there you go, DV. Exactly. They video it for chain of custody so the defense can't say it's not authentic. Exactly. So all the things that were stolen has been recorded? No. The things that were stolen, that whole Don thing, That was not recorded. I think Don probably went in there before the feds got in or went in after the feds got in. I'm not sure. I'm not following that whole conspiracy shit. I just think it's fucked up if he did take some shit from R. Kelly. That's fucked up. Um, Tears said reading R. Kelly Discovery to Superfans is like reading R. Kelly's Discovery to the Superfans is like reading the Bible to the devil. They turn all demonic and start trying to attack you. Yeah, like I don't want to be attacked because I'm reading some factual shit. Like, come on now, that's retarded. Right, exactly. Let me see a transcript. You're getting sick? Oh my God. I don't want you getting sick, mamita. you know, um, DV said, I get that, but the first records you said were 2013, 2 years before she met him. That was from another girl. See, that's what I'm saying. They switched the girls around. They switched the girls around. Number 3, 4, and 5 were switched around. And now they're 4, 5, and 6. You welcome, Fantasia. He went after the feds. Oh, see, he went in after the feds went in. See? So that's why he just took whatever he took that was valuable as far as music content. You know? No, Don got the address from the indictment and went in the storage after the feds. Okay. They took a pic of everything that was in there and only took what they needed. Right, yeah, they only took what they needed. The government only took what they needed. So if there was furniture and other items that his lawyers was listing in there, yeah, they're not going to need that. They just took the 100 devices, which is what they want to go through to see if there's any child pornography or any type of criminality that was done. I love you too, Flawless. I try. I don't know, Mama. See, the girl from 2013, those are the two girls, which is Jane Doe now. It's Jane Doe number 2 and 3. Two, no, I think it's 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Jane Doe's number 2 and 3 are not known. They are anonymous accusers. We don't know who they are. Nobody knows who they are. That's just like in the state trial. I mean, not in the state trial, in the federal trial in Chicago. Um, there's girls that were listed as minors that we do not know. We do not know these girls. We do not know these girls. The time frames I've matched, going in to investigate, and none of these time frames match with any of the girls that had came forward to the public. So these are girls we do not know. Dominique came in 2009 with Geronda. So it would say that in the indictment, it would say she met him in 2009, like Geronda's. She met R. Kelly in 2009, September of 2009. You know what I mean? So it's definitely some girls we don't know, y'all. Some girls we don't know. Larry wasn't lying. There's girls we don't know in this stuff. Girls that were really anonymous that just did not want to come forward to the public. And as women, they have every right to do that. Some women chose to come forward to bring awareness, and some women chose to just remain anonymous. Now, when the trial comes, we might just know who these girls are, or they will remain anonymous. Let's see how it goes, guys. It's all on It's all up to the courts. It's all up to the courts. You know what? It could be. It could be flawless. Larry's minion. She said, you know, you never know. You never know, Larry. You never know. Oh, man. But that's a good one, flawless. It could be, Mama. I don't know because you know what? But in the federal case, it talks about. I actually think it's Rashonda Landfair's friends because it says that these girls were all connected to victim number one. So I think it's Rashonda Landfair's friends. Oh boy, yeah, yeah. You know, this case is deep, guys. It's deep. So that was the end of all three parts of the discovery. There is no more to reveal as of now as it comes to the discovery. There's nothing in Pacer except for these three things. So that was the end of that, guys. I love y'all. Yeah, dates match. Dates match as far as hotels, air flights. That's what they did. They put all that information to match dates. To say he was at a concert here, the flight for this girl is here, and the hotel for this girl is here, and they're all for the same date. So that's what they were doing with all that paperwork, as well as, like I said, financial transactions, the settlements he made, girls he paid off, his employees, anything that was written down as a paper trail is there. Shit that people did on the side, cash transactions without it being known, we'll never know. But the feds got what they got. And that's about all they got so far to prove the sex trafficking, the Mann Act, right, which is the Mann Act. And also him having sex with minors, as well as child's pornography. So the feds have all the receipts they need so far. They have all they need to present their case. They have preponderance of evidence to prove that R. Kelly is the fish, the shark, the master, the creator of all drama. So I'm going to end this live, guys. Thank you, Truth. Yeah. Okay, Mama. All right, El Good. Yeah, as I said, guys, if you guys would like any of these documents, let me know. Email me, and I will send you the file. If you want something specific, like the Northern Illinois transcript for his bond and the reason why he didn't get bond, or if you guys would like the indictments, or if you guys would like these copies of these discovery items, I can send that to you. That's no problem. Karen J, what's up, Mama? Thank you, guys. Thank you. And donations are welcome if you guys want to drop off that Cash App and hit me off for the content. Donations are appreciated. Y'all already know I love y'all. And as I said, my email is on the screen, as well as my Cash App information, my Zelle, and the call-in number. All right. As I said, if you guys would love it, email me. I'll send you whatever information y'all want. Okay. Phoenix. Hi, Mama. I was about to end this live. So for you guys who have missed the live, you can go back and watch the replay. And please don't forget, guys, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, share. Don't forget to like the video, y'all. And if you are watching the replay, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And Diva is out. Peace.